Hey, it's Justin.
Justin! Good morning, brother.
Hey!
What's up, guys?
All right, so are you on the road right now, or are you back home?
No, I'm at home, yeah.
Okay.
I just got home yesterday,
Do you get to do that very often?
I think.
Bless
Obviously
it.
not.
What's that?
I think I'm at my house. Do you get to go home? Do you know where you live?
Yeah, we were actually just talking about it on the road this weekend. We're home more than people realize, like when I go to a ball game or go to the grocery store or whatever, people are like, you just go on all the time. I'm like, no, not really. Like, I'm home like 4 days a week, So
Wow.
we only play Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
So, we're home a lot more than people realize. You know what I mean?
So for a show like Saturday in Shreveport, shoot, that's just a quick hop and a jump for you.
Yeah, it's like 3 hours.
Yeah.
So, we'll play and we'll finish at, let's say, 11. And hell, I'll be home in my bed by 2 a.m.
Oh,
You can
wow.
go to church on Sunday. Your wife's going to hold you to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Gary and I were talking about this morning. I'm a huge fan of going up there and floating Caddo Gap. You're right up there. Have we floated at the same time, maybe?
Probably so, yeah. Yeah, we're like you said, we're not too far from each other, and I'm sure we have. We've probably been drunk in the same river.
Okay, so the rumor on the street is you're a sports freak.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
All right, so we're only betting thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on your response to this. Who wins Sunday's game?
I've bet against the Eagles all year, and because I'm like, they can't really be that good. They can't really be that good, and hell, they just keep winning.
That boy from Alabama, he's good.
Yeah, Hurts. I'm for the first time all year. I'm gonna bet on the Eagles because I bet against them all year and they beat me. So and I'm pulling for Hurts. I thought in college when he was replaced by
Tagovailoa
kid.
Yeah.
I thought he handled himself with such grace that I've always been a fan of his ever since, and so I'm pulling for him, and I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that because you were a kid fresh out of high school, packed up, go to Nashville, and it wasn't a short haul. But you ultimately have made it in country music. There's not a country fan out there that doesn't know the name Justin Moore. So how do you keep yourself in check and remind yourself, hey, look, I'm still just dad, husband, those kinds of things?
I'm married. It's pretty easy.
Second, you think you're too big for your britches. Hey, baby.
Yeah. In all seriousness, having people around me that I know have my best interest at heart and will tell me, even if it's a difficult conversation, they'll have it with me and say, hey, dude, really?
Yeah.
And I've always had that. And somebody told me a long time ago, somebody smarter than me said, if you walk in a room and you're the smartest guy, leave.
Yeah.
And so I've always had people around me that are a lot wiser than myself, and that makes a difference also.
Okay, so Bristol and I were talking about this. You got 3 daughters. You and your son are outnumbered big time, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so which one is easier? Being out on the tour bus, even though it's a limited schedule, being out on the tour bus or trying or trying to find a bathroom to go pee in your own house.
Fortunately, we got quite a few of those, but yeah, the tour bus is easy for me.
Yeah, buddy.
That's like my grown up treehouse.
Park it at the house even when you're not on the road.
You ever just go out there and sleep in it?
Cave.
Yeah, if I kept it here at the house, I would. I'd just head on out there and sleep. It is funny because I just told my bus driver when he dropped me off yesterday back at home. I said, man, I hate to get off here. That's the best I've slept in 3 months. Because it's the first time we've played in like 3 months. But it's funny when you get used to it. This is we just started our 16th year on the road.
Wow.
It's hard to believe.
Wow.
So 16th year on a tour bus, and you get used to sleeping on it with the motion and the sound and the all that. And, for the last 3 months I've been off, I have not slept well. I get back on the bus and rolling down the road at 70 miles an hour, and I sleep like a champ. So it's kind of funny.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but if I remember right, back when your daughters were just little, you actually had like an area on the bus. You had like a playpen and stuff. I mean, your oldest daughter.
We had a crib.
Yeah.
Yeah. My oldest daughter, who's actually this week will be 13.
Wow.
You want to feel old.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck with that. I remember those years.
Yeah. It's a hoot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if you want a reality check, just tell her no. Just say no to anything and watch what happens.
Yeah, it's funny, but yeah, we did. We had a crib. We had a crib built into a bunk, and so now she's 13, and hell, she's gonna have to build me a crib.
Okay, so. As you reflect, I mean, I'm sure that, you just went through the holiday season and Christmas and, Thanksgiving before that, and it makes you think about your own life and some personal reflection. What would you say is the coolest part about being Justin Moore?
That's a good question. Being a dad, we kind of talked about I'm an only child, and now I live in an environment that's just it's chaotic, but a whole lot of fun, and to have the opportunity to see my 3 daughters and my little boy, and the dynamic between them. And each of them is different. Each of the, kids have their own personality, and even their relationships together are all completely different, which is it's kind of fun and neat to watch and kind of evaluate. And but yeah, there's nothing that I am called that makes me prouder than Dad.
Wow.
I love that.
Wow.
I love that. I mean, other than the fact that you are Justin Moore and you can plan your tour, obviously, around crawfish season, because we saw clearly when you scheduled Louisiana.
We've already had some this year. It was a little early. They were a little small, but we've had some.
So you married a Louisiana girl, so you understand you've got your priorities straight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I married a South Louisiana girl.
Yeah. I mean, she's real Louisiana.
Yeah, and that's why she can keep you in check.
Shreveport, I consider about like where I'm from.
Oh, yeah.
We're all kind of similar, but we're kind of similar. But them them coon asses from way down south. That's a whole different breed. That's what I married.
So when you go down there, do you feel like you have stepped onto another planet?
Yeah, it's totally different. It's funny because when she and I first met, 20-something years ago, she said she was from south of New Orleans, and I go, the Gulf? I mean, I never went to south of New Orleans, and so come to find out there is, and but they're good people. They're a lot of fun. They love to eat, love to drink, love to have a good time, and it's been a blessing for me to, learn the culture and I can speak the language now. I've kind of earned my green card, if you will.
You know how to make groceries and save groceries and stuff like that.
That's it.
Okay, so you have obviously been here a number of times before, but have you ever played the Municipal Auditorium before?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You would.
You're going to be on the same stage that Elvis was on.
And Johnny.
Oh, yes, then we have played then.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
because I remember that.
The rumors are the place is haunted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've heard stuff in there.
Yeah.
No joke.
How about that?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Does that make the hair on the back of your neck stand up a little bit?
Again, I live with 3 daughters.
Okay.
So nothing really scares me.
Nothing scares him.
No.
Okay, so if you were just a regular country listener, what would you say would be the thing you would be looking forward to the most about a Justin Moore concert? I mean, if you're now, the guy that's selling these tickets, what would you say is, oh my God, you're going to love this part of Saturday night?
The end, where you get to go home.
Oh my gosh, Justin!
No.
Stop it.
No, that's a tough question. We've been so fortunate that you guys in country radio have allowed us to have so many hit records that, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but our entire show is hit songs.
Yeah.
Well, if you wouldn't crank out hits, we wouldn't have that problem.
well, thank you. But no, I remember going and playing shows for, years where, you're like, all right, when do we play that one hit?
Yeah. Yeah. We got to work this into the set somewhere.
Yeah. We got to work hard here to get to the end of the set where we can play this one hit song that people know, and now it's just nothing but hits, and when we're leaving songs out of the show now that we wish we could play, that people know that we got to leave them out because we don't have time.
Yeah.
And that just excuse me, I don't say that boastfully. It blows my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so what I'm trying to say. It's just hard to believe, and so hopefully the whole thing, I guess, to answer your question, that maybe not a very good answer, but we've put together a show that we think is pretty high energy and really well put together, and so I'm hopeful that from start to finish, everybody enjoys it.
So let me ask you this. How'd you get hooked up with Priscilla Block?
I'm sorry, say that again.
How did you get hooked up with Priscilla Block?
She and I met at a show about a year ago, actually. And it was one of those like St. Jude guitar pull kind of things, and where she sings a song, I sing a song, and then 2 or 3 other people sing a song, and you go around and around, and she was a brand new artist at the time, and it was myself and Lee Bryce and some other guys kind of at the stage of their career that Lee and I are, and I remember doing those when I was a new artist, and they intimidated me because I'm going, that guy's playing a number one, that guy's playing a number one, that guy's playing a number one. What the heck am I doing here? Nobody knows who the heck I am. And,
Time to bring it.
And so to that point, she she stole the show. Honestly,
Wow.
I was just highly impressed with her rapport with the audience, the way she talked to them. She sang her tail off. She wrote. She had great songs, and I just told her that night. I said, "Look, I don't have a clue what it would be, but if I can ever do anything for you, I'd be happy to help. If there's anything I could ever do, I'm a fan." And then fast forward, 3 or 4 months, and I heard this song, "You, Me, and Whiskey," and I thought, man, it'd be cool to get her on it if we could, and reached out, and she said yeah, and then here we are. So.
Wow.
Very cool.
Okay, so Saturday night, the big night, of course, Justin Moore at the Shreveport Municipal Auditorium, and, we're giving away tickets all this week. So, Justin, I need for you to understand, that everybody and their brother in Shreveport is going to be there to see you. I don't want to make you nervous or anything, but this is going to be like... I don't know, Elvis reincarnated, right?
Oh, yeah.
Come on. Bring it on. Let's do it.
Dustin, thank you, buddy. And I am so looking forward because we've seen you before. It's almost like, I don't know, the way I would describe it, Justin, it's almost like Hank Williams Sr. meets Three Dog Night.
That is random.
I'll take it.
Dude, I'm telling you, there's nothing you can't sing along with, and you really do move through all those nuances. And I'm not saying that to try to be off the beaten path or anything, but that's what I feel when I see Justin Moore.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that, and because I love both of those artists. So. Yeah, I've never been to Spain.
Come on.
But I've been to Louisiana. And for Three Dog Night.
There we go. We're all ears. You got the stage.